Oh, yes. It's that time on a Friday. Time for Pearl Picks.
With
the know.
Yes.
We're not going to tell you about things that you know about. We're hoping to give you things that you don't know about. Things that are a little off the beaten path here. Although, I commented on something that is happening that's apparently common. No.
Well, you and I didn't know about
it. Second Saturday, but we'll get to that coming up. Stephanie Guerra joins us now. Puro rhymes with Flinche.com is her
Still
website.
makes us giggle. All right. First thing we want to talk about.
Yes.
This sounds pretty cool. A superhero Comic-Con and car show.
Yes, this is a big event going on this weekend over at the Freeman Expo Halls.
Okay.
There are going to be some amazing celebrities in town in San Antonio, so maybe you'll spot them around town, like Andrew Garfield, Brie Larson, Emilia Clarke, Elizabeth Olsen. I love all the female superhero characters that are coming this weekend. Superhero Comic-Con and car show. So there's also a lot of cars from movies that will be in town, and it's today through Sunday. A lot of fun for the whole family. They have a lot of deals also for kids under a certain age are free. Take the family, look on their website for discounts. But this is a big deal for San Antonio.
Well, I'm always amazed at the stars that show up to things like this.
Right, yeah. I get what you're saying. And then I also feel like, people still are like, is San Antonio this small little town? But we're not. We have these huge cons and huge celebrities every year.
Yes.
And they keep getting bigger and bigger. And I love to see it.
We deserve the stars.
Yes.
Yes.
All the stars.
I'm not saying it from that perspective. I'm just
no, I was, not you.
Yeah, got it. Okay. All right, next. Paletas on the Plaza.
That's going to be a lot of fun, right?
You had me at Paleta.
I love Paletas,
Yeah.
and it's getting hotter again, right?
Yes.
So thank you, everyone on the meteorology side that tells us it's going to be back up in an oven this weekend.
Yeah.
So go to Main Plaza Saturday night, and you'll get to shop from a lot of local vendors. This is hosted by SA Local Market, but it's a Paleta-themed market, so you'll see that in all of the merchandise and shopping that you can buy. Plus, there will be plenty of paletas. And you're in the heart of downtown. We always talk about this, but stay and see the saga. That's why they host it until 10 o'clock. It's going to be a beautiful night, hopefully a little bit breezy.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with what the saga is, it's on San Fernando Cathedral,
So
kind of
cool.
the story of San Antonio.
Yes.
It's very awesome.
Projection light show that is going on for 10 years. That's amazing to see.
It's really neat. Okay, if you're looking for some art this weekend, we've got something for you. This is happening at the Pressa House Gallery.
So a lot of people know about First Friday, and tonight is actually First Friday. So if you still want to go out tonight, head out to Southtown. You'll see lots of art. Tomorrow is Second Saturday.
That's what we discussed. Where I said, I guess I'm not in the know because I had never really gone to Second Saturday.
And it's been going on for a long time.
It's been around forever.
Decades. I won't say how old I am, but I've been going for at least 15, 20 years.
Okay. All right.
So it's really fun. It's in the Lone Star Arts District and around Blue Star and in Southtown. So Pressa House Gallery obviously is on South Pressa. They have art markets, but this exhibit I think is really neat. We have an artist from Corpus Christi named Jalen Pigford that is showing his exhibit, Apartment 104, and it's so colorful and bold. If you look up Pressa House Gallery on social media, you'll see amazing pieces already, and I think it's going to be a really great addition to San Antonio's art scene to have that here on tour.
Yeah. All right, everybody knows you go to certain cities. San Antonio is certainly one. You go on a ghost tour.
Yes.
Ghost tours are big.
Yes.
Especially in cities with, as rich a history as San Antonio.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about paranormal in this next thing.
Well, is
it kind of, am I on the right?
So we're celebrating Frida Kahlo this weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
And the two hosts of the festival are
Retro Arts
and then the Paranormal Sisters. So, Frida Kahlo's dead.
Who are the Paranormal Sisters? The twins Paranormal.
Yeah, they do. They have ghost tours. So it's the celebration of life and death of Frida Kahlo. So you'll see a lot of different art, a lot of different handmade artisans, vendors in Rolling Oaks Mall, and it takes over all of Rolling Oaks Mall.
Wow.
So it is a huge event. It's an annual festival celebrating Frida Kahlo, and you get to shop till you drop everything Frida, and it is just great to celebrate you know, she was popular in life. She's still popular in death.
Yes.
We honor her all the time. This is San Antonio's way of doing this. So it's a really great festival.
Frida Fest.
Yes.
It's cool to see Frida still be cool.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
younger and younger
Always.
people know about her.
Sometimes I think about leaving the eyebrows connected just
You
to
think so?
pay tribute.
Can we do it? Do it for Frida. Make it easier on all of us.
Is there a chance that Selma Hayek would show up? No, probably not.
She should. She loves San Antonio too.
Yeah, that's how
Come
he
one
feels.
of these
She
times.
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll call
Speaking
her.
of.
yeah, we speaking of cinema, we got 44th Cine Festival, San Antonio.
So this is one of my favorite festivals all year long. Cine Festival is the longest running Latino film festival, and it happens right here in San Antonio. So it's their 44th annual. It's going to be a great almost week of events at the Guadalupe Theater over on the west side. So you'll see short films, you'll see documentaries. They are from producers all over the country. They come right here to San Antonio to celebrate Latinos in film. I have seen so many great film and filmmakers that eventually move on to the big screen, whether it's on TV or movies. And this one is really cool because it's the 30th anniversary of Blood In, Blood Out, which that is like a San Antonio classic, right? Jesse Borrego, everybody loves Jesse. They are doing a great opening night tribute to the film on July 11th. So that's going to be really great. You do have to buy tickets, but they're very affordable. And it's a night at the movies, but you're celebrating local filmmakers, regional filmmakers, and you might discover the next big Latino filmmaker there.
Will it be, there's a plaza, obviously, around the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center. Will it spread out into the plaza? Will they have different displays, or is it just
Most of the shows are in the theater. Sometimes they have after parties. If you know, you know. And so they have different events. The filmmakers, the cast, everybody will show up, and they'll hang out around the Guadalupe Theater and party. But you'll definitely see that whole area of Guadalupe Plaza, Guadalupe Theater, and the Cultural Arts Center activated for that week.
We need to go down and cover that.
Yes, you do. And it is amazing. And the Guadalupe Theater is being revitalized, so they're going to get a lot of restoration work done. And San Antonio deserves that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we know that you know about all the cool after parties.
I'll text y'all.
Thank
Stephanie,
you.
thanks for being here as
Thank
always.
you. Have a great weekend.
Good to see you.
We'll be right back.
And farmers who believe they've faced discrimination from the Department of Agriculture can now seek financial relief from a new program.
So here's what they have to do. They have to fill out an application and show they received that unfair treatment from the USDA lending programs before 2021. The maximum payout is $500,000, but a department official says applicants are unlikely to receive that much. The program is for farmers, forest landowners, and ranchers, and it covers a list of potential discrimination categories. Payments could arrive sometime next year, according to the department. President Joe Biden is cracking down on short-term health insurance plans. His administration is proposing a rule that would limit the duration of these controversial plans to 3 months with the option of a 1-month extension. It would also require clear explanations of benefits. This proposal is part of a series of actions aimed at lowering health care costs. It's also a reversal from the Trump administration, which expanded short-term plans in 2018, touting them as cheaper alternatives.
All right, again, I'm going to ask Mia, is that broken? 88 degrees, is that right?
It is right.
Okay.
Thankfully, it is still a little muggy out there, but it definitely could be worse here in town if you're about to step out for any Friday night plans. We've had some rain-cooled air once again across Bexar County and south central Texas with some spotty showers that managed to float across the region today. 92 degrees the high this afternoon, so not too bad. But don't get used to it because the heat is going to build in a big way this weekend. Upper 90s tomorrow, the potential to hit the 100-degree mark by Sunday, and that triple-digit potential is not going anywhere as we head into next week. So we'll get you all those toasty details headed our direction after the break.
There's new research uncovering San Antonio's role in what's called the Flight to Freedom. The Alamo City, once a place for reunifying enslaved people with the people and places they were fleeing. While it is not a positive piece of history, local groups say preserving it is important.
The search continues for a driver who police say shot a man on Highway 90. The victim told police he was sideswiped by the suspect near General Hudnell. When he pulled over to check out the damage, the suspect did the same, then pulled a gun, shot him, and drove away.
A bicyclist was hit by a car at the intersection of Culebra and Ben Russ Drive today. He had no lights while riding in the morning hours, and San Antonio police say that might have been a factor in why he was hit. The driver also had the green light. Luckily, he only suffered some minor injuries.
A man withdrawing money from an ATM shoots and kills two people he believed were there to rob him. This was at the Chase Bank on Southwest Military Drive. SAPD Chief William McManus says it appears the shooter was defending himself, but it's unclear whether the suspects had weapons.
Okay, so enjoy that thermometer reading now, because it's certainly not going to stay that way, Mia.
Nope, unfortunately it is not. Starting with tomorrow, the heat is going to crank back up here in South Central Texas. Upper 90s for your Saturday afternoon plans, and then the first triple-digit potential already on Sunday. And that's going to continue into next week as high pressure takes back over here in the Lone Star State. But before we can get there, a little bit of a good thing right now here this Friday evening. We're pretty quiet in San Antonio, but let's get you a look at the radar, because we still do have a few showers and a weakening thunderstorm pushing across our far southwestern counties. You can see here's that weakening thunderstorm we were monitoring that passed through the Cotulla area. That's now headed for far southwestern Frio County. And then a little jog off to the west, a few more showers there on the Dimmitt and Maverick County line. Maybe the northern extent of this little cluster could clip the Eagle Pass area as that moves farther off to the northwest. We'll continue to keep eyes on it. But after that, again, just an isolated chance here through the remainder of the evening. After the sun goes down, we lose that daytime heat, which is a fuel for some of this activity to get up and running. Then whatever's left out there on the radar fizzles out, and I think we'll see skies clear later on tonight. Now, looking ahead to not just this weekend, but into next week as well, high pressure strengthens. That big blue H once again moving into the Lone Star State. That knocks rain chances out of the forecast, unfortunately, and allows that heat to build triple digits again into next week. Now, there's that high pressure right now anchored off to our west. Some severe thunderstorms pushing across portions of the Texas Panhandle here this Friday evening. Not expecting anything like that here in South Central Texas, but as it does strengthen this weekend, you can see how that heat quickly returns. Remember, we only topped off in the low 90s this afternoon. How about upper 90s for your Saturday? Some morning cloud cover leading way to some more sunshine into the afternoon hours, and then that 100-degree mark certainly possible for us here in town as we head into the back half of the weekend's plans. So yeah, enjoy this while we have it right now. Still a few clouds out there, 90 degrees, but dew points still elevated a little bit. We've got that muggy feel in place here in San Antonio, so it feels like the mid-90s this hour with winds out of the south-southeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Taking a look at temperatures across the region, not too bad. 80s for places like Kerrville, stretching over to Rock Springs, even Uvalde checking in at 88. But once again, off to the west, folks in Del Rio right now in the mid-90s. So a little bit hotter out that direction. Now, as we head into the overnight, I think we'll see those thermometers settle in to the mid to upper 70s by wake up time tomorrow morning. 77 in Pleasanton, 75 in Uvalde, 77 in New Braunfels. There's that morning cloud cover that works in for any early Saturday morning plans. But by lunchtime, I think we're going to start to see more peaks of sunshine return. But temperatures crank up because of that. 85 by 11 a.m., 90 degrees by 1 p.m. and then into the late afternoon hours, plenty of sunshine returns. Those temperatures topping off, yes, in the mid to upper 90s, around 97 here in San Antonio. It's possible already across portions of the Winter Garden for places like Carrizo Springs, stretching down to Cotulla. We already see those thermometers top off in the low triple digits, so we'll keep eyes on that as well. But for us here in town, you can see a lot of pink here on these bars heading into next week, just meaning that yes, that triple digit potential returns. The average high for this time of year in the mid 90s, so we'll be running above that with plenty of sun next week. So definitely take it easy as this heat builds, because it doesn't look to be going anywhere over the next 7 days.
It is July.
It is.
That's true.
You know, I guess, 101 doesn't sound bad for July.
It makes for a great pool day, nonetheless.
There you go.
Sunscreen, though. Don't forget the sunscreen.
Trying to be optimistic.
All right. Thanks, Mia.
The Buzz is up next.
In the buzz today, more American women than ever before are back to work. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows nearly 77.8% of women between the age of 25 and 54 were in the workforce last month. That's an all-time high and a rebound from the so-called pandemic she-cession.
Yeah, in February of 2020, the labor force participation rate for prime working age women 77%, just shy of the record 77.3% set during the .com era leading up to the pandemic. All right, Threads had quite the first 24 hours. According to Meta, the company's new social media site had more than 50 million signups since launching on Wednesday.
And Threads also drew some scrutiny from Twitter, its direct competitor. The company threatened legal action and accused Meta of stealing trade secrets when it hired former employees to help develop Threads. Now, Meta said that no one on the Threads engineering team used to work at Twitter.
Volkswagen bringing some new technology to its iconic VW bus. This is the new design for it. The automaker has announced it will soon test launch self-driving technology using these retro-styled electric microbuses. The program will rev up in Austin. 10 self-driving ID Buzz electric vans will be there.
The company then plans to expand the testing to 4 more cities in Texas over the next 3 years. Volkswagen has teamed up with Israeli company Mobileye to test out this technology.
They're kind of cool.
Yeah, they look a little funky.
Yeah, if you ever need an excuse to eat mac and cheese, you're in luck. It is National Macaroni Day. Each year on July 7th, pasta lovers across the country dig into their favorite noodles.
NationalDayCalendar.com says elbow macaroni is the most common form of pasta in the U.S. Now, a lot of people think that the name comes from its shape. Well, it's actually because of the dough used to make the noodles that gives it its name.
Have you ever had macaroni and tomatoes? That was like my family's big thing.
No, but I was going to ask you about macaroni salad.
Yes.
You grew up
Oh,
on
yes.
that?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Goulash. Oh, yeah.
We didn't call it that, but yeah.
We'll be right back.
All right, as high pressure moves in this weekend, rain chances come down and temperatures crank up. We're going to start off our Saturday in the mid to upper 70s with mostly cloudy skies here in San Antonio, but plenty of sunshine returns into the afternoon, helping those temperatures climb into the mid to upper 90s. And then by Sunday, yes, we have the potential to hit the triple-digit mark, and that's going to continue pretty much each day next week.
That's macaroni salad weather right
There you go.
Everyone could have just heard the macaroni debate that happened on this desk.
She was explaining the intricacies of macaroni salad.
There were macaroni